season so far. And I'll tell you, it's only getting started. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our featured matchup tonight out in Toronto, where the Raptors will be going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And the Raptors' success, it's winning them a legion of supporters, not just in the 6. We're talking all of Canada, Kenny.
Oh, the 6.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Hawks.
And guys, we often hear the argument offense is the best defense, and that was the case for them.
Well, you can't really argue when they're executing like that. It was really perfect offense.
Get a nice clean game, huh?
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. A look at the Magic starting group. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. And Ellington is out there with money, and it's Isaac in at the 3, the small forward. The pass to Siakam. Here's Forsberg. Early on, just watching certain veteran players, Doris, continuing to play at a high level after so many years.
And what you love is the great ones seem to adjust their games along the way, and not only adjust their games, but add dimensions, whether it's being able to go down into the low post position, if you're a point guard, a 2-guard, or even a 3-man. But the other part of this, Kevin, is the off-the-court stuff. The better nutrition that these guys are being much smarter about, the strength and conditioning programs they're putting themselves through in the offseason. All of that raises the level in the NBA.
It's rebounded by Leonard. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Lowry from outside. No good on that one. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive work.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
And just like that, first lead of the game.
Well, this is how you want to get out of the gate. Set the tempo. Perfect way to open this up.
Ball stolen. Here's money. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. The Raptors have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Tipped away. He kicks to Bamba. Inside. Here's money. Now recovering. Here's money. He feeds it to Ellington. It's stolen by Lowry. Outside Leonard. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Ibaka, no luck.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Here's money, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
And it kicks to Siakam. Stolen away. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And headed LU jam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover-headed, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now, here's Lowry. The 19-foot shot. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
Drills the three-pointer.
Wow, burying that jumper on a more consistent basis. Aaron Gordon superb at realizing when to pull the trigger.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
On pass to Gordon. Hammers the alley through.
Aaron Gordon showing he can jump out of the gym. How about that alley-oop?
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Now here is Lowry. No points in the game hit for him. Here's Siakam. Just 5 to shoot. Raptors need to get a shot. Shoots. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Money.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his game.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Now we have the time. Let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. Number 1, the Magic.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
To the middle. Wants to get it to Ellington and does. Again, the Magic score.
And right now, they have all the momentum. I mean, just look at the score.
No, there's no doubt. You can see it. The lead continues to grow. They're not slowing down. I love the pressure they're applying.
So, timeout called here. The first for Toronto.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
So a moment now to see the story on Mohamed Bamba. Last season, he played outstanding. First in rebounding, first in field goal percentage. And his ability to pressure and disrupt defensively was obvious. He ranked 3rd in the league in steals.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
On the wing, Ellington. Pops one in from the wing.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions? This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Now, here is Lowry. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Leonard gets it to go.
Boy, Kev, I love his game. He can hurt you in so many different ways.
Here's Money. The feed to Gordon. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gordon's got 7.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Raptors trail by 12. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, they're going to keep it simple tonight. He wants to run everything through the low post. He told me physically we're the stronger team. We need to use that strength to our benefit. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Money after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Here's Money. This gave an incredible scoring display for him. The 19-foot shot, and again it's Orlando converting.
That's their make off an assist.
Here's Lowry. A 12-point game.
Grinding.
Here's Bamba. And that one is back iron.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both.
challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Here's McKinney. They get a hand on it. Taylor passes to Siakam. Will it go? Knocks down the three ball. Siakam's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Money passes to Ellington. And so Orlando again turning it over. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Magic.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that pace and haul in those misses.
Now here's Davis. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. And finished off by Davis.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
And but look at the basket guy still shaking. He lobs it up and out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
And a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
And so it's Taylor who brings the ball up for the Raptors. It's a 14-point game. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And typically, the better they know each other, the more competitive they become. Expect this first meeting to be extremely spirited. But, a lack of effort defensively, and he gets a very good look from deep.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Raptors shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Poke loose. It's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Jones tipping for Pascal Siakam. Outside Leonard. Here's McKinney. No points in the game hit for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches it. Shot by Taylor, no good.
And already they staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Orlando shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The first free throw is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Raptors trail by 15. Here's McKinney. Pass to Taylor. Here's the floater. He leaves it in. And the Magic lead by 16.
It just seems like the more he takes, the more the lead grows.
Sweet little.
Defense time to react. That's beautiful.
Here's money. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Coming off a terrific season. Last season, 27 points.
This is exactly who he is. A flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. 5th best, Mohamed Bamba.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And the official whistles into the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And simply put, the turnovers have been the story here in the first half.
.135 left to play in the first. Got that one up quick. 24 points for money.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
You're just assuming at this point every shot he takes is going to go in. What a shooting performance.
Orlando with the ball. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Hits it from three-point range.
And really, that's what built the early lead here. Killer shooting from beyond.
You know, I'm surprised the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. You know, that's their preferred weapon tonight.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Boy, the opposition has got to feel an avalanche bearing down on them right now. They're wiping them off the floor.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And again, unable to change momentum here. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 33 points for money.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Jones. No points in the game yet for him. Lets it go from 14. And it's Leonard missing. Gordon deciding where to go with it. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
And so Orlando sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back to the action after this. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking shot.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary play.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Taylor. And there's Davis. Then it's Jones. And it's McKinney in at the three. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's money. Excellent D that time from Jones.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Shot by Taylor, no good.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them. Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And that's a foul called on money. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Raptors making a change here. Lowry's checked in. Here's McKinney. He's covered by Isaac. Outside Lowry. 6 to shoot. Jones against Gordon. And stolen by Gordon. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Jones looking for an opening. Outside for Lowry. Oh, good on the triple.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Here's money. And that one comes up a bit short. The Raptors have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Not 3 off the mark. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Magic. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And the turnover again by Orlando. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for that matchup against the Nets, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
3-pointer, Lowry. Again, the miss by Lowry.
I'll tell you, that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. 1, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every night? Even if the wins don't necessarily show in the box score and at the end of the regular season, the reality is, are you playing hard? Are you competitive?
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
A moment here to look at the numbers for money. Last season, he played outstanding. First in scoring, first in assists. And we can't forget the league leader last season in steals per game, making a huge impact defensively.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him. And you can't even continue. Siakam is checked in for Jones. Feeds it to Gordon. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Toronto shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Left side Lowry. Knocks it loose. Gets it to fall, but still just 2 for 10 from the floor this game.
So, Kevin, this guy's proven over and over that despite his size disadvantage, he's still able to score in the paint.
There's Gordon with the 3. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in, Kevin.
And another steal for him.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up.
Tremendous length with Jonathan Isaac. How about the ability to finish with authority? Go ahead, young sir.
And another steal for him. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the ball away with just such ease.
McKinney kicks the low. It's over Ellington. Lowry can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And he comes up with the deuce. Lowry's got his second bucket of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Lowry from outside. The Raptors rebound to end the run. He can't hit that time.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
To the middle.
Well, there's a little bit of leaping ability and much anticipation on the alley-oop. Jonathan Isaac, salute.
And so here's
Right now, they need a basket.
Lowry Lowry has the open. And again, Toronto.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity. Just piling it on.
You know, the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has an effortless knack for getting it inside. That one goes in there. Ellington's got 8 points.
The plan back is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Money. Pass to Bamba. Plays it up and banks it in. Bamba's got 4 points this quarter.
Really, the defense right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Lowry. Here's Siakam. On the 3 off target.
And just not able to find the target from 3-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
It's stolen by Bamba. Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
And how about the 9'6" standing reach Bamba has? I mean, it's unguardable this close. Dunks it with such ease.
Back to Lowry. All sorts of time. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Kicks it out to Gordon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. You look at Gordon, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And of course, he also so well. One of the best.
As well as these two shot the ball, it was a nightmare. Either one of them. It's so hard to stop them from getting their shots off.
There is some Blake Griffin, a younger Blake Griffin in Aaron Gordon, right? Ferocious forward, takes pleasure in hammering it down.
The Raptors making a switch here. Leonard's checked in.
Well, Serge Ibaka has been willing to become a modern NBA stretch four. You have to be able to shoot a three, and Serge is willing to follow the correct trends of the league. You love the adjustment.
And he has changed his offensive approach, but the defense stays the same.
Right. He was defined by his shot blocking ability, and I still think he can protect the rim. He knows how important an emphatic block can be for team-changing momentum.
That free throw, no good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Leonard with no one around. Here's Horsford. One shot missing, and Orlando the other way now. Here's Money. 37 points for him. Here's Gordon. Count it. And he's now 9 from the floor. Right side Lowry. A wide open look here for Ibaka. Misses off the right eye.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Here's Money. And the layup's good off the glass. Money's
Down low, backing at the rim.
hot loose. Lowry with the ball. And here's the break. Down the breakaway slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really the case. Look at Anthony right there. Play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
They're sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Siakam. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Money passes to Isaac. And it's in there. Isaac's got 6 here in this quarter.
This is encouraging to see Jonathan Isaac finish through contact. He obviously will fill out that frame and add some weight, but the balance really impressive.
And an air ball on that one. Way off. Magic shooting the lights out in this one. 77%. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basketball. He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Money passes to Bamba. Over in the corner, Isaac. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
And the dunk by Bamba. That gives him a double level in this one. 10 points and 14 rebounds.
Yeah, you really couldn't ask for a better finisher for that play. Bamba able to go above and beyond there. Makes him a humongous target.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Davis is checked in for a Button. Jones comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Taylor subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Right side Taylor. Leonard, that's for 2. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Money. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And even after all those 3-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Outside Leonard. Jones kicks to Leonard. 5 to shoot. And the Raptors miss again.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here. Nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in the zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Jones dishes to Taylor. Here's the tip drop. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently. And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And he can't hit the second. It's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Money passes to Ellington. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
And that one falls to Ellington. Ellington hits them both. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Taylor kicks to Jones. Washburn defended by Gordon. They need this one, and it's blocked by Gordon.
Boy, the vertical that Aaron Gordon has helps him on the defensive end. Twice on the pipes with that block.
Just 3 to shoot. Another shot. That's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Just 4 seconds left in the first half. And so it's the Orlando Magic able to put on a show for the ages. They and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
They obviously crushed it for people. They were firing it from every angle and kept hitting the target. I mean, look at the score. Obviously, a lot of things went right for them, but that's a big one.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. Look at the field goal percentage against them. This tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively. Not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disruption.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this team becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Money.
You know, the first half, what a thing of beauty. He was just living in the lane.
How special is it, Greg, to watch a guy who's able to get into the paint with speed and consistency? They cannot let him get inside like that.
Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Money out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Isaac into the threesome. Ellington's gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. Kicks to Lowry. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, he may not have the physical tools that some other players have, but Kyle Lowry is physical, he's imposing his will, and he will take some contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one misses. Good on the second free throw.
And Kevin, in this age of advanced metrics, the numbers back up that Kyle Lowry has turned himself into one of the best players in the NBA.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
This is what he does for this team. Provides consistent scoring that helps them get the lead and keep it.
Raptors shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Spiked it away. Here's Bamba. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Bamba's got 12.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Poked away. Here's Money. Good. That's another bucket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out. The other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Down low. Isaac misses.
But only the first miss of the second half. They come out here with authority.
Washburn. Ellington defending. Outside Leonard, just 5 to shoot, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range.
I love Aaron Gordon's ability to defend any position. What a luxury for a coach.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learned a lesson the hard way in that instance.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And Joe Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Looking to end his cold spell. It's not going to go for him. The Magic go the other way with it. Here's Money, now recovering. Money passes to Bamba. And another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
Here's Money. And the layup's good off the glass. Money's got 54 points.
Well, guys, his scoring has been maybe the biggest factor in building this lead, and he's got plenty of energy left.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Siakam misses.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Bamba's shot is off.
And look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Ellington grabs the miss.
Not how they hope to start the second half, missing 4 of their first 5 here.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go, that's their philosophy.
Ibaka finds Lowry. 18 feet out. Leonard, no luck.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Passes to Isaac. Magic moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Money. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Money's got 58.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Leonard.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
Vote loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. They'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Thursday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings. Clock at 6. Washburn, Ellington defending. Washburn, and that one comes up a bit short. Here's Orlando. They're on a 16-3 run. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Isaac's got 11 points.
Boy, the massive potential is evident on display from Jonathan Isaac. How confident a shooter right there. Wow.
Outside Leonard. Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Lowry inside the line. And the Raptors miss again. And the Magic shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Taylor taking his time here. Ellington grabs the miss. Here's Money. Now recovering. And again, 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Knocked away. And Ibaka kicks to low. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
And this is something Bamba does so well. The unbelievable recognition and timing to come up with offensive rebounds.
Davis is checked in for Toronto. Jones comes in for Pascal Siakam. The Magic have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Right side Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Shots good by McKinney.
I'll tell you, when he gets in that deep, there simply has to be some help defensively. The size mismatch is just too great there.
To the inside. Another possession, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Nabbing another steal.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end. To the inside. Bamba. It drops. That's his 9th field goal in the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Jones against Gordon. He swipes the ball away again. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the balls away with just such ease.
Well, he came into the league as an incredible athlete, but Aaron Gordon has put in the work to be a great offensive player, and right before our very eyes, it's happening.
Taylor kicks to Lowry. And another steal for him. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the balls away with just such ease.
Oh, and the jam by Bamba.
And it's nice to see Bamba finding his groove. When he's in sync, he feels like he can make any shot.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Stolen by Bamba. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Another bucket. Wow. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Now, here's Lowry. He's covered closely, and Davis puts it in.
You know, on defense, I think you need one of the big guys to help you out in that instance.
Pass to Ellington. Down low, here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, I'll tell you this, he is a relentless scorer at this point, Aaron Gordon. He is not afraid of taking contact.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
The free throw drops for Gordon. Now Taylor. Puts it up from 12. The shot missing. The Magic go the other way with it. To the paint. Gordon, the pass to Money. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last.
And here's a look at some numbers for Isaac. He's coming off an excellent season. put up about 19 points a game, 8 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense, Greg, that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
Back to Taylor, and stolen by Gordon. And here's the fast break, and Bamba leading the way. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And good at choosing when to shoot. Isaac inserting himself into the offense at the right time.
Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside, Taylor. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Money in the powerful one-handed slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of. If you don't want your pocket picked, here are last season's steals leaders. You look at Money, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league. And, of course, Mohamed Bamba. This is another guy who can defend so very well. Such quick reflexes.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Well, it was only a matter of time that they finally get the bucket. Bamba's got 13 points in the second half. And so it's Taylor who brings the ball up for Toronto. Here's Mafune. Plays it up and banks it in.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Over in the corner, Isaac puts up a 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
There's 1:38 left in the third. That's tipped. Isaac with the steal. That's great. Here come the Magic. Lob pass to Gordon. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And the pass to McKinney. Outside, Jones. 5 on the clock. Over Gordon. That one over the... Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And then Gordon with the dunk.
I'll tell you, the activity of Aaron Gordon looking aggressively to take his opportunities offensively. That is really nice stuff.
Outside, Taylor. Hits the mark. Orlando grabs the miss. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lob pass to Gordon. And alley-oop jam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. And that's a foul called on Money. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Oh my, he really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
Here's Davis. Pass to Taylor. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Jones against Gordon. Kicks it out to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Over Ellington. And he overshot that one, missing. Jacks up a 3. And yet, another basket. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Magic out in front, opening up a huge gap. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Please don't try to play us.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
As we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Toronto shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for Toronto right now, Jones is out there with Ananobi. Then there's C.J. Miles, and it's Wagner in at the center position. Here's Money, and rebounds again.
Collecting yet another board.
He's been everywhere, just sensational.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Pass it to Wagner. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Money. Fourth quarter basketball, we're about a minute into it. Tips it up.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And here's Miles. For today's defensive schemes, Doris, which are more valuable in your opinion? Great on-ball defenders or great help defenders?
Well, I think you need both, obviously. I think anytime you can pressure the ball to a high level, I think that's very disruptive at the point of attack. But I also think in an era of incredible motion offense, you think of players and teams like the Golden State Warriors, the San Antonio Spurs, there's great ball player movement, and you've got to be able to be aware at least two passes away. So you need both quality types of defenders, to me, to have a high-level defense, Kev.
I agree. It begins with an on-ball defender and usually evolves into a help defender. I mean, you can't do one without the other.
Agreed.
Pass to Wagner. The three. The shot, no good. And Orlando the other way now. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 27 points for Mohamed Bamba.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Here's Mafune. Rebound by the Magic. Gordon's got his 16th rebound on the night. Bamba passes to Money. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Miles, that's good.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Money uses the glass to finish the layup.
It's just hard to believe that someone could perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, kept great timing on the catch and shoot. C.J. Miles, absolutely flawless, exploiting that defense with his quick release.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year, and, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter, tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin, and I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play, where players are becoming more athletic and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. There's the pass to Ananobi. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Wagner, good.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Here's Money. Baseline try. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Ananobi. Pass to Wagner. Ananobi kicks to Jones. Pocket 6. Pass to Miles. From deep. It's hauled in by the Magic. Money's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And another one falls. And there it is, 82 points.
And this is a game that he will never forget.
You know, a lot of people have looked at the schedule of the NBA, Doris, and they think you could eliminate back-to-backs of teams that face each other 4 times in a season, do a 2-game series in each city. Kind of a baseball-type feel. Would you support that?
You know, it's an intriguing possibility to me, Kevin, because one, it would cut down on travel, which obviously would make things a little bit better and easier for players. The travel schedule is taxing, particularly on back-to-backs. And so I don't know if there would be an opportunity for Adam Silver to maybe somehow run a test case. Would you be willing to put it in for a season, see how it fits in the overall context of the season? But it is an intriguing idea, and we are trying to improve the product no matter which way we go.
The Magic have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch.
You know, I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is a time to give his team some punch.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 13, so just about 46% on their field goal attempts are in the quarter. Pass to Wagner. Here's Mafune, and the shot is good.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target.
Here's Money. And good. He hits it again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Here's Mafune. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Here's Money. And Wagner pulls it down. Raptors are gone. 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%. Now, here's Miles. The pass to Ananobi. In the floater. And no good that time. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Here's Isaac. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
That gives him his second three of the half, with 3 total for the game.
Raptors shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Anunoby kicks to Miles. Well, the league taking steps towards to reform the draft lottery, flattening out the odds, doing a variety of things just to analyze the way it works, the mechanics. Do you think the change will be enough?
Well, again, I think this goes back to the leadership at the top of the NBA, and the right man is in charge in Adam Silver. And as is typical to Adam Silver, everything happens with a very measured approach in terms of reform. You do a little bit, and then you evaluate. But I think Adam has made it clear that the change they made to the draft lottery was nothing more than a first step. Now, where do we go from here? That remains to be seen.
Jones checked in for the Raptors. The Raptors shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them, to say the least. Kicks to Miles. Moves back up. It's tipped.
The main thing you get with Bamba, imposing defender, shot blocker, alters everything in the paint.
Two shots. He's off on the second.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
Ouch, that's a waste of possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
And here are the Raptors now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Miles. He's covered by Isaac. 6 to shoot. Mafune. Ellington defending. Count that one.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No one do that.
Orlando's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
Here's Money.
Well, this is a great defensive effort from C.J. Miles. He's using his size to crowd the shooter.
Knocked away. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage it forces you to and cut and screen how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love one-on-one, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
Such great advice. And he gets the bucket. 144 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Money. Hits it again. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Pass to Miles. Lets it go with a 3. And Bamba pulled.
The defense lost him there, and he should have made him pay.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Magic.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. Clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for money.
Well, I think you could pick about any area of this basketball game and feel like he excelled in it. He was a dominant figure at both ends of the floor and finishes with a triple-double. What an unbelievable performance.
40 seconds left in the game. They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Toronto has possession. Here's Washburn. And again, no good by Toronto. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Magic. And Wagner pulls it down.
If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
Now, here's Miles. He's covered by Anderson. Here's Mafune. This is the deep three-point attempt. So it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Holmes, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.